Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folani. My guest this morning is Mr. Dennis Amakre, MON. He's former Deputy Director, SSS, and now he's a private security consultant. Good morning.
Good morning,
great to have
Yori.
You've been busy in recent days because security has come up again, and just about all the stations want to know what are the professionals saying. So that indeed is the situation with us too. What are our favorite professionals saying about all of this? To jump into it with both feet, the president says, fish out the sponsors of bandits.
Yes.
Now, it's interesting that we're hearing that from the very, very top because commentators, security commentators have forever been telling us that, you know, the authorities, there's very little that the authorities miss. Let me put it that way. There's very little that the authorities miss. It's a different matter what they want to tell you that they saw, but there's very, very little that the authorities missed.
Yes.
Now, when Oga has said, go after the sponsors, I want to know from you, what do you make of that? It's not a new concept, but we thought it was undoable.
It's a new concept, you know.
It is?
Yes.
You explain it to me.
You know, he has always said, go and take care of this situation.
Yeah.
Go and take out the terrorists. But this is the first time he's saying, go out after the sponsors. And you know, the sponsors, some of them have been caught in all the way back in Dubai. And we have not heard anything about it again. In the normal Nigerian way, it will come, everybody will hear about it, make comments, and then it dies away. So I think this particular order is very specific, and I think they should go ahead and look for those sponsors.
How easy or difficult a task is it? And you're the only person that can ask this question, because if it was just a general commentator, he wouldn't know what was involved. But I wonder, because when the president gives an order like that, we expect it to be actioned expeditiously.
Yes.
How easy or difficult a task is that? It's not the bandits this time, as you've just clarified, but the sponsors.
The sponsors.
How tough a task is that?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of intelligence work in that because, number one, I believe that during interrogation, they must have also found out the people that are sponsoring this trouble. And then, of course, difficult in the sense that some of them are political leaders, and then some of them are religious leaders. You know, and some of them are ethnic leaders.
Well,
so when you bring these three together, you know, and these are the root problems that we have in this country. So they are going to step on somebody's toe, so to say, and then, of course, look at those people.
And of course, all of this must still be achieved, that is, executing the order within the ambits of democracy.
Of course,
Yeah.
if it is not on a democratic order, those guys could either be, you know, they would have been flushed out a long time ago. But of course, they will follow the normal arrest procedures. They will investigate them properly and make sure that you are not arresting the wrong person. You know, so these are things they will do because we operate under rule of law right now, not military rule, but they will be found.
And you know, it's a real conundrum because rule of law that you just mentioned. You know, remember there was a time back in the day that the president had, you know, voiced his frustration.
Yes.
With the strictures of civilized order, rule of law, democracy.
Yes.
And it's all right for all of us to suspect that this is the direction our trouble is coming from.
Yes.
Still, it's not all that easy. And
Yes.
I don't know how much of an emergency it is, because when emergencies are in the air, government is not always wearing spectacles to be very, very sure that all aspects of democracy and rule of law are complied with.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're a bit rough around the edges, but they say the overriding public need and all of that.
Yeah, overriding public need.
So I'm not really advocating here that we should mess with democracy, but you know what I'm saying.
No, we're not messing with democracy. You know, even in America, they have the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act is in a situation of emergency or something of their national, security. The rule of law can be set aside while they go ahead and take care of the situation.
So even in other climes, I didn't...
Oh, it happens in other climes, and it will happen here. And when it happened here, in some cases, just of recent past, some lawyers even came out, my friend Falana was even on TV saying, oh, we must follow the rule of law, but yeah, if there's something of national security interest and, the nation is getting very emergency problems with it, the rule of law can be set aside, just like the Patriot Act of the United States.
What is that terminology again that you security people use? Is it the whisperer, or in short, somebody coming forward from within?
Oh, okay, whistleblower.
The whistleblower.
Yes.
I'm just guessing that this is going to have to be one of these. If these are very eminent people, we're just guessing. If these
this one is the beauty of this particular one is that, in fact, the governor of Zamfara had said it, that if he mentions some of the people involved, Nigerians are going to really be surprised.
That's a problem I have, because in America they would call that dry snitching.
Well,
dry snitching.
Very, very possible.
But in America, especially in our the community of our people, they say that's dry snitching, because you're saying that you know something.
He said he knows it.
So it means if we put enough screws on you, we can actually
get intel. We don't have to put a screw on you, because you've already said that you know them.
Okay.
So they will invite you. You come and sit down and say, "Come, tell us." Even in confidence, who are these people? And then you will mention them. The governor of Katsina State has also said the same thing. So they know these people. In Maiduguri, Governor Zulum is aware of some of these situations. So, first of all, those are low-hanging fruits. They can deal with those ones.
Okay.
Before we now go into more investigation to get others. We've even arrested people in Dubai who were repatriated to Nigeria. All those ones are going to give us more names.
Okay.
So that the security agencies can go on.
Let's review the very order that has brought about our conversation this morning. I think we have a clip of that.
The president has made it very, very clear to both the intelligence and operational elements that their first assignment will be to identify the leaders of these bandits and kidnappers and take them out in order to restore confidence in those areas. Mr. President has said that he will no longer tolerate a situation whereby bandits and kidnappers are the ones dictating the pace and setting the tone.
What Mr. President said is that we must bring down the level of violence in the country within a few weeks to enable our farmers to go back to the farms. That is on course. I believe that before the rains come, you would have witnessed a downward trend in the violence across the country. And I'm sure that you will attest to the fact that the heightening operational engagement has yielded positive results.
So what did the President tell you today?
Well, he's of course encouraging us to heighten the tempo of operation. He's satisfied with the way we've started, and he wants us to maintain the tempo and increase it.
Okay, so there we have it. But maybe people will say one of our quote-unquote problems in this country is that we want everything with immediate effect and automatic alacrity. To recall.
That's military mentality.
Yes, apologies to who was the immediate effect. I think that was Eleni of old village.
No, that's for the Nollywood, but for real life, it was Murtala Mohammed with
Okay.
immediate effect.
They just added automatic alacrity, I think. For
Alacrity was another part of it.
Now, because it's so bad with us, that is to say, security has gotten so bad, because people will talk with nostalgia of those good old days when you could sleep and not close your windows, and all of that kind of a thing. People, therefore, want quick action. But I wonder how quick we can get results here, because I read of some cases, even in America that you've just cited, where sometimes the intelligence work is going on for 24 months before they can now move forward, because they're always worried about what the prosecutor's office is going to say.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
that do you have enough to really prosecute this guy?
And that's the difference between our investigative system here in Nigeria and other countries. But you know, even in Nigeria, I think that should be the standard. You know, if they say Yori went and stole a goat, I don't go and arrest you immediately. I have to investigate. And I'll find out whose goat it is, when you did it, where is the present goat, or is it has been killed.
Even goats are found in my compound, and I'm not known to be a goat rearer,
exactly.
Which often is, we see so many signs of affluence that cannot be explained ordinarily.
Yes.
And
so you have to investigate. The investigation does one very important thing. It brings out the truth. And then, of course...
Well, it should.
Yeah, that's what the investigation will give you. And because when you are going into an investigation, you don't go with a preconceived mind. You go with an open mind, and when you get there, the investigation will be throwing up things to tell you, this is what happened, this is what happened. And then when you go to court, it becomes easy. You know, but in these crimes, we find out that we first arrest the person, we keep the person while we go to investigate.
No.
That's the other way around.
That's totally unacceptable.
Yeah, we have to investigate first. Get the facts clear before we arrest. And if you're even investigating and you discover that that person is not even person that you should arrest, you cancel that person out.
And you're thinking, Dennis, that all these provisions will have to apply in this case. And I'm saying that, it seems like obvious, but I'm saying that because this is security. This is, even if you want national, no matter how domestic
national
it is,
security.
Security. Are there no, what do they call those things? There are special conditions here. I'm just looking at, because the bad guys, so to call them,
yes.
They're watching all of this too.
Of course.
They have unlimited funds when it comes to time for lawyers.
Right.
When it comes time, if you're going to go this way, yeah, we're ready for you. They can line up 24 SANs. I just said SAN.
Not in this particular case.
Okay.
Not in this particular case, because this is a situation where anybody who has been fingered in this particular situation
as a suspect
will be fighting for either his reputation or his freedom. You can go and line up the SANs if you have the money. You know, so I don't think that kind of money is available to them. But all the same, it will be even better. Let them come out and prove themselves innocent. You know, if they feel that they are not part of this financing, this terrorist financing.
Because I'm sure many viewers now, they being Nigerians themselves, they've heard all these resolves and pronouncements and intentions to do that which is right. But at the end of the day, it's the people, the operatives that execute whatever the presidential, in this case, order is, and the gusto with which they want to, attack the assignment is everything.
Yes, and the good thing there is that we have a new set of service chiefs. This new set of service chiefs are, they are in a position where they have to prove their mettle.
Okay.
They have to prove, they have to prove themselves. So the enthusiasm is very high, and you can see from the interviews they were having with them they are ready to go out and do their job, because they have to prove to Nigerians that it was worthwhile removing those people and bringing them in.
Okay.
If it's going to be business as usual, then they might as well remain in the barracks, you know. So I think they will do something about it. And then they are now, the signs are very, very apparent now, where they are now working together.
Okay.
Remember why they said that they're all going to be subjugated to the minister, defense minister, and stuff like that. So before you know, they were working separately, but now they are working together.
So you expect better results
Of
than
course,
in the past.
of course, of course.
Good morning, Reverend Dominic, and thank you very much for holding on.
Good morning, Yori. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, can I go on?
Please.
Okay, Yori, it seems that the government in power is listening to us in this particular program. You know, I've told you before that the crime in the northeast or the whole northern states is not about ordinary criminals. If the political leaders of the north and the business leaders on the north can come together and say enough is enough, how long do we keep on buying or selling and buying our children? We will come to the point where we can stop the insurgency or herdsmen or kidnapping overnight, because it's an organized crime. And in this organized crime, we must fight it organizedly. And I think maybe government wants to go that way, because the boys in the bush are small children. The businessmen at home, they're in Abuja, they're in Lagos, they're in Dubai, they're in London. Do you know we pay them money in France? Who takes this money in France? How do they bring it back to Nigeria? These questions are simple and to answer. And I want to also disagree with you and your guests. When you talk about immediate alacrity, is it not enough we shed enough blood? If we take decision today or yesterday, is it too early? I think we need more than immediate effect. We have shed more than blood. Yesterday in the Boy State, young and innocent farmers, we want to cultivate what we eat. But the herdsman doesn't want us to cultivate what we eat. Yesterday in the Boy State, men and women who cannot spell herdsmen lost their life. About 15 of them. Their farms were destroyed. Their business were destroyed. Could you imagine the fate of 15 families? How the chain of pain and shame, agony. We have got the widow and widows. Yori, enough is enough. It's time to act yesterday, not now.
I hear you.
Thank you.
I hear you. Thank you very much, Reverend Dominic. It cannot be too soon.
Yeah, he said he wants it faster than immediate effect.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like we're expecting results yesterday.
Yes,
because
we need results.
We've gone through so much. The security situation has deteriorated.
Yes.
It's causing tensions all over the country.
All over.
Even tensions that begin to actually, confront the fabric of our society.
Yes.
People are beginning to, in exasperation, talk about dividing things up. Let us do our own.
Exactly.
It's clear that it cannot be done for all of us. So there's a lot resting on these security chiefs.
Yes.
These fresh security chiefs, as you said, they're under pressure, but they themselves must be very willing, never mind the pressure, to really show us.
Do what they can do.
Because, as you said,
yes.
Otherwise, what was the whole purpose of changing them around?
Yes.
Now, of course, professionals like, first of all, who was the president talking to? Well, since he was talking to
service chiefs.
Service chiefs,
yeah.
You could, by extension, say he's talking to our armed forces.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Definitely, yeah.
Is there still a role for police in all of this? Because security costs, in addition to the armed forces, then you've got the police, then you've even got the customs, immigrations, people at the border posts. It's a whole network, isn't it?
There is something, I'm happy you brought this up. Police is part of the armed forces.
Okay.
They are part of the armed forces. But theirs is for internal security. And of course, there is another area where we talk about Nigerians getting involved. And all the security agencies, because there are a lot that we don't even hear about.
Okay.
Okay. How about immigration? The immigration has to be very, very active in this. Customs, for the proliferation of arms that are coming in, and illegal people that are coming in through immigration. And you talk of planned quarantine, EFCC,
even the
all the
security,
rest of them.
the civil defense people.
Civil defense, so all these people's hands should be on deck, because it is not just a military, Army, Air Force, Navy thing.
Okay.
All
beyond that.
And they are all armed forces.
Okay, I'm going to come back and develop this point,
Yes.
because Oriade Martins has called in since then. Good morning, sir, ma'am. I'm not sure. Oriade Martins?
Oriade Martins from Kaduna.
Good morning, sir. Go right ahead, please.
Good morning, Mr. Yori. Our president traveled yesterday and he laid down order for our security officers
Yeah.
to take control of the insecurity in this country. And look at what is happening in Buhari last night. About many people were killed, according to the news this morning.
Yeah.
How are we going to tackle this security? For God's sake, every day killing. Is the government hearing this program we are doing at all? Please, we have to do something very fast so that we will not kill ourselves finishing this nation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. Martins. Well, I think the point needs to be made, can be made that the president spoke yesterday.
Yes.
All these bandits and their sponsors and all of that, they've been planning what they were doing. So there was a coincidence. People are bringing up Ebonyi. I don't think it's in reaction. I wouldn't know, but it can be that, okay, the president is speaking, oh yeah, show it sample.
No, let me give you an example.
Sure.
There was, immediately the service chiefs were appointed. There was a spike in attacks. There was a spike. So they are also listening. Because they say, oh, okay, you've changed the service chiefs. Okay, we'll tell you that we're also here.
Okay.
So there was, a lot of attacks that happened.
That was sort of like almost to be expected.
Yes, because they want to show that we are not scared or we are not dying, Because sometimes when you see, when there is an insurgency or any problem, another one is when General Abacha was there. When he came in, the spike went down in the Niger Delta. Because a lot of the militants are also thinking, who is this man? Is he coming with a new dance step? And let's watch him first.
Okay.
Okay. So it went down for the very first month that he came in, and then he later started to graduate up again. So it might be the same thing where there are a lot of attacks with the new service chiefs. In fact, is to try them like, okay, you guys are new, let's see, But as long as they systematically plan their strategy and carry it out systematically, I think we'll start to see a downward turn.
Okay. Mr. Yakub, thank you very much for holding on. Good morning, sir.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning. And then good morning to your guests.
Good morning.
It's very easy. I think it is not only that Mr. President ordered all these service chiefs to go after the social of all these bandits, the bad boys. Is it when I'm not sure. Maybe this government and then the security agents, quote and unquote, are watching this program, especially this program, and then the journalists hang out. Because I could remember last week, if I'm correct, Mr. Babajide Otitoloju, he made us to know that all these bandits named by the name of the forest they are. In fact, he was emphatic about that he even mentioned those forest names. That the issue is that they know where they are. But the question now is that, why is it difficult to take the fight to these guys? Is it not all about business? I stand to be corrected. If it is not all about business, Mr. Babajide Otitoloju, that is not even a security agency, he always tell us the truth that this is where these guys are. And then he even mentioned the name of the forest. Are you telling me that our intelligence gathering are so weak to the extent that they don't know all this? Even if they don't know all this, there's somebody telling you where they are. Why is it difficult? Mr. Yori, this is a question. Why is it difficult to take the fight to them? How long are we going to wait? So, apart from the security chief, our intelligence gathering should need to beef up. Their intelligence gathering, because you cannot win the war if you don't have a very quality intelligence concerning those bad guys. Good morning and God bless you, Mr. Ori.
Thank you very much for calling in. I want to take the questions that he asked and put them into the format of the role of we private citizens in this order. I don't know. I can probably stick my neck out and say that even our professionals, they can't do without civilian participation and assistance.
Of course.
So, and we've heard oftentimes that people know where these bandits are because they don't live in the air. They live within communities that for whatever reasons feel that they owe, either they're intimidated, they're scared, or they owe a certain loyalty to them. Remember Pablo Escobar? People were hiding. They wouldn't even let anybody touch him, even though he was a global enemy #1 for his drug activities. But still, they saw him as a hero. Do we have any such rubbish here? I mean, the rubbish part of it being that these people can in some way be Robin Hoods, and that's why...
No, they are not Robin Hoods.
So,
they are not Robin Hoods.
Taking from the rich to give to the poor, that's not it at all.
The one in Boko Haram, for instance. Okay. Boko Haram was having the same situation, but it's out of fear. Because Boko Haram was like, they go and collect taxes from the people. And if you don't pay your tax, they kill you. They kill you. So people are scared even to give information to the security agents.
That's it. They're intimidated.
They're intimidated.
The communities.
They're intimidated. But I can tell you one thing from what Yakub was saying, that even Babajide, I'm very, very sure he must have reported to the security agents. Because, if you have information and you don't send it to, it's a duty, of every citizen. You don't have an information and then you mention it on TV without telling the security agents who are going to execute it, then it's of no use.
So when they get it, they will then, of course, know that.
Of course, they know, yes.
They'll process it, double-check it.
To see whether it's credible or not.
Okay, Ibrahim in Kaduna, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sir Okoyori, and good morning to your guests.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Go ahead, please.
This topic you brought in again on security matter is quite interesting, and we cannot do away with that security. You see, security to me is everybody's business. In as much as those in authority have tried their best, we as a citizens also have to play our own role as well. Some of these group elements, although some of these elements live within us, and since we don't want to bring them out, this is to identify them. This thing will continue to thrive, but God forbid. To me, I really want us, we, as citizens and government themselves, the way we christen all those criminals is bad. You see, Boko Haram, they have their own agenda. Bandits has their own agenda. Kidnapping has their own agenda. Okay? Cattle rustling, and both their collaboration, all of them, please, we should just, the agenda is one. They all have a terrorist act in their mind and want to bring this country down. So I want us, let every one of us, from giving them all those names that we already nicknamed them. That is not their name. Their real name is terrorists, please. Terrorists. And then we should address by calling them cattle rustling, banditry, kidnapping, armed robber, and terrorists. All of them, their real name is terrorists. Please, the way to go now is this. Let those chiefs of all those service chiefs, the way the president has given them a marching order, let it go in that way. And we as citizens also should also come out openly and point them out. If not, this country, the way it's going, if we allow people to take control and take charge of this country, wallahi, Nigeria is over. And if anything happened to Nigeria today, the whole Africa has gone astray. But may God forbid. I still stand by our Excellency Governor Herufai that said that they are not going to negotiate with terrorists. But in another way, if you cannot go there, you cannot do there. Otherwise, there are ways of doing it. There must be some shift to ground. That is my advice for you. And you, the journalists, also, you also help. You have your own role to play as well. Which we put to give us the real picture, the real story of it, not in the other way. Because the story we hear from the other media house is different from the other one. So there must be a consolidated peaceful and sincere matter. Let us not be, because Nigeria is our country, and this is the only country we have. We don't have anyone. If it falls down today, all of us will have our place today. And those that will come before us, they will. Thank you very much for hearing my call. The name remains Ibrahim, calling from Kaduna. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim from Kaduna. Staying on this theme of the people themselves have a role to play in all of this. You need to assist our forces. That's going to take, you know, it's unfortunate, but I believe some people have the notion that you have to be very, very wary of helping the authorities when it comes to security, because they will rope you in. They have this notion. I don't know if one case happened and they're now using that to generalize.
It's called trust deficit.
So how
you know, when the police is not trusted by the people, or the military, because they believe that, see, these people are all part of...
all these uniformed people.
You know, we've even arrested uniformed people. But one thing I want you to, Yori, to mention here is that there is what research I've just thrown out, that there is an economy going on. It's called the violent economy.
Okay.
The rising violent economy on this thing. That means a lot of people are making money out of it. And it runs into trillions of naira.
That is extorted from
people. Either
this violence economy.
From the non-state actors, kidnapping, ransom payments they are doing.
All of that.
You know, in the military, where even the National Security Advisor have said that, you know, the money that was given out, $1 billion, has not been, they don't find anything that it was bought for. You know, a general was arrested the other day with 400 million naira, you know, and stuff like that.
Yes.
So you find out that there's an economy going on, and that economy is very robust because there's a lot of money in it.
It is, and I don't know.
There's a lot of money in it. Now, with the president saying that go after these people.
And their sponsors.
And their sponsors, because their sponsors have a lot of money, and they will not allow this thing to end.
Well, this is the problem. Opera in VI, good morning, sir. Thank you for holding on.
And good morning again.
Thank you very much.
Yes, okay, Yori. Since how many years now? The same grammar we have been hearing today. The president has given marching order.
What will we do now? Tell me, what will we do now?
They and the rest of them, the Air Force was bombarding everywhere. Now, look at the killing in Ebony. Where are the Air Force and where are the people? Where are they? These people destroy villages, destroy life, and then still go to team air to another village. Tomorrow they will do the same thing. There is no political will to handle these people. They have an agenda. It was in the south for now, it's shifting to the southeast. The government has no political will. There is no political will to handle this thing. We are talking of state police, community policing. Let people handle the security by themselves. The government refuse. So what are we saying?
All right.
This drama, it has been a long time I've been hearing the drama. Do this, the president, I'm being every day.
Okay, Mr. Opara, thank you very much for your contribution. Because you're very right in the sense that we've been on this security question for more than a few days, to speak Nigerianese. You know.
Let me say something.
Yes. So but he talks about political will to do that which is necessary.
Now, the political will is what you are saying now.
I would have said so.
Go out there and deal with it.
I would have said so myself.
And now he is also asking a question. All these where are the security people? Where are the people to go after these people? You know. And of course, I will also ask him, where has he been? Because maybe he's in Lagos, but I want to give him a little advice. People in Lagos should not think that this thing is only in the northwest or in the northeast, because it is coming down. And this is the best time for Nigerians, especially those who are in metropolitan Lagos, to start putting themselves together Because don't ever say no.
You know, I don't know what it's worth, but from time to time, I see stuff on social media. The only problem is that there's so much fakery going on WhatsApp.
Yes, there are really fakery.
Conflicts from other regions,
Yes.
or African regions. They import it and say it is here.
Uh-huh.
You see people saying that, look, oh, a trailer of so many people, they arrived in the night. What is going on?
Yes.
We don't know how much of this is fake and how much of this is reported.
But the point is that there are, you know, even Boko Haram people have been arrested in Lagos here. You know, I know about that. The DSS had arrested some years back.
Yes.
Have arrested Boko Haram runaway soldiers
in
Lagos
here.
In Lagos here.
You know, I'm going to come back to you.
So
I have Mazi Okoroafo, and he's been waiting for quite a while. I'm going to come back and pick it up from Boko Haram in Lagos. Good morning, Mazi.
Good morning, Sayori. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, Okoroafo.
Yeah, you see, the issue of the marching order by the president that get them. Now, let's borrow what happened in Kenya. You see, when First President of America, Trump, was in the office, he helped Kenyan people to track down 9 sponsors of terrorism in Kenya. What happened? When they tracked those 9 sponsors, what happened? The issue of terrorism reduced drastically in Kenya. Now, let's come back home, Nigeria, our country. Now, do you know that if the governors can also issue the same marching order to all the local government authorities, also for local government authority chairmen in their respective, that the marching order use the available secretaries to track down this person. One, the money that they normally give all these terrorists in the name of bring back fund. Now, what happened? Can the central bank or the banks or the EFCC or any other intelligence agency track down this money? That's what they call mark money. So there's need for the government to make sure that any money they give to them, let them have a system of track, mark money. At the end of the day, no matter any bank they will pay that money to, you must trace the payer of that money into the bank. The area we start tracking those money you give them. Somebody will say that they will not go to the bank and take it and buy a car or buy other or go and buy ammunition. But there's no how they cannot keep some amount of money which they are giving them in the bank. So this is issue. Tracking these people is not a big deal. The question that the authority concerned, can they give people like Dennis Amaka and the rest, intelligence consultants, at least it's a consultant in terms of security, a consultant. Let them help them and trace all this. Anybody giving any money to any terrorist, let them help them and track. By the time we start tracking this, all this issue of terrorism, government name will go away. But as long as we allow them to make use of this money, Mr. Yori, whether we talk from now to December to infinity, it will not succeed. But that's what today is Holy Wednesday. Very soon we'll enter Good Friday, and that's very much have a blessed day in Lagos.
Thank you very much, Mazi Okoroafo.
Mazi is right.
Indeed. Now to come back, you know, we're talking about a political will. It's Opera in VI that brought up the whole matter about the lack of political will. And as we observe, it's just that we don't have the time so as not to prevent other people from also being able to call in. I would have asked him if he didn't think this marching order is an example of the political will.
Is the part of the political will.
It's part of it, and we hadn't had that before.
No.
Because the President Buhari could have said 6 years ago, 7 years ago, that, no, 6 years ago, when he first came.
People were reading body language.
People were busy. Well, he was busy speaking body language too. The president was also busy speaking body language. So people they had nothing else to read. But now they are reading his words. And he's saying, go after the sponsors.
Yes. And you see some people are even saying that, you know, there is no need. We should do amnesty. We should go and talk to them, you know. I got somebody, you know, he said he went with Gumi into the forest to go and talk with them, and they needed to be taken care of.
You know.
So, well, taking care of bandits.
And when we were talking about going hard on these people,
and then you see, you start to have
this. Hear that, we're all Nigerians.
Yeah, we're all Nigerians.
We're all Nigerians.
We're all Nigerians. But at the same time, we know that some of them are foreigners.
So you see.
So these are the political mix that they are bringing into play. But one thing Mazi Okoroafo said is very, very important. The governors themselves should go ahead and give the marching orders.
in their local as well.
In their own locality, to the local government. Local government should, because you see, the governors and the local government people are just sitting there. And they're waiting. It's federal government problem.
The security
it does not concern them.
But it does.
It will even rub off on them.
Let's hear it from Alhaji Haruna in Wari. Good morning, Alhaji.
Morning.
Quickly, please. Go ahead, sir.
Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. I want to contribute on this banditry issue.
Sure. We're waiting for you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, Yori. The thing is alarming, and we should know that it started from the grassroots by our elite. Our elite are the cause of this problem. I could remember in my community, where our parents were not going to farm, they could not go to swim to fetch water, they could not even sleep at home. They were thinking of running and leaving their own place where we were living, where we were born, before we left the villages. And when one of the kingpin was dealt with, the thing stopped. You understand? And what happened was that when they will give their identity, telling you they are from government. They have appointment here and there from government, from local government, and they are using to perpetrate this evil. So it's not as if they don't know the people that are doing this. They know them. But the what do you call it, the political will to deal with them. Even in Zapara that you are saying, there was a time investigation came up, which the governor himself pleaded the elders to do. And at the end of the day, they came out with results. Indicting traditional ruler, some government officials, and they blocked it up to today. So it's not as if they don't know what is happening. They know, and they are quite aware. If they want to go into it and handle the matter, they can do it. But the political will is the problem.
Yeah.
It's not as if they don't know it.
Okay.
So if by the way that started now, by the order the president has given, I think it will go down well.
Indeed.
Thank you. Good day to you.
Thank you, Alhaji Aruna, for calling in. Still on this political will thing that people have been talking about. Well, I would wager that political it has been demonstrated now.
Yes.
If it was absent in the past, which the authorities also deny.
Exactly.
But I think now those of us that are non-pros can read it, and a lot of people calling in, a lot of citizens, a lot of youth will understand that. Well, you can't be really clearer than this.
Of course.
Because this plays against a conspiracy theory that has been hanging around for a long while, that, look, our military, in short, our boys in uniform, because you said that, there's a whole security network, they're entirely capable of doing what is necessary. But you non-professionals, bloody civilians, aka, you have to go and find out, if you can ever find out, what exactly are the orders that they were given. Well, now the order has been given publicly.
Do you remember the time the president gave them an order to shoot anybody with AK-47?
Yes.
And you saw the kind of feedback that came from the society. Some people, even lawyers, were out there, oh no, he cannot do that. He cannot do that. But this is the situation. This is the situation we find ourselves. And of course, when the man has said...
But the lawyers are... You can understand the lawyers.
No, we understand. He should have written it in an executive order.
Okay.
Okay. Sign an executive order.
Okay. That you can shoot on site.
Yeah.
Any non-professional with AK-47.
Non-state person that is just carrying gun because you are not licensed.
Yes.
He would have put it on that. But the point is that he wants to solve that problem about AK-47 proliferation all over the place. And then we should start...
Especially as we see herdsmen wielding what looks suspiciously like AK-47s.
Before, when he didn't give it and herdsmen were carrying it, they say, oh, he's tribesmen. That's why they don't want to worry about them. But he has given the order. So let's see, with the political will that is coming up now, whether some of these things are going to be taken care of.
Okay. Ada in Jos, good morning, ma'am. How do you see it?
Hello, Mr. Yuri and Mr. Maki. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Yori. I don't know. When people start protecting them, I begin to wonder. As far as I'm concerned, the bandits are just an offshoot of Boko Haram.
Yes.
That is just that. When they cross over after Benny and go into the south, they become headsmen. They are all the same. Now, the president has given a marching order. I don't know if I'm not excited. I've had too many marching orders and nothing has come out of it. And that is because of lack of political will. And then, and I must say here that attack on schools, abduction of students, and travelers on the highway is an affront to the Buhari-led administration. Let me just tell you this, whether I want to hear this or not. Then if they want to fight security, it should be done simultaneously. It's not you'll be fighting it in Zamfara. Then they will now run to the neighboring states and all that. Or you're fighting it in Benue. They run to Nasarawa. It should be done simultaneously. Even our borders, our neighboring countries, they should inform them. So at the same time, you do it holistically. That's the way we get somewhere. And the National Assembly, they should be part of this too. They should do whatever they can do to amend that constitution and give room for state police. Community policing is better with state police. So I don't know why we're running away from it. Must we be all killed before these things are done? Honestly, it's not funny again. Every day you cannot sleep with your two eyes closed, It's becoming something else.
Yeah.
Look at what happened in the Ebonyi State. It's really unfortunate. Let's not go to Nigeria.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Ada, for calling in, as always. She brought up the whole matter of state policing there. It's important, but the authorities seem apprehensive. They, quite frankly, scared is the word. People seem to be scared of state police.
No,
I think the idea is that they could be misused by the governors.
No, there are two problems with state police.
Okay.
One, the Nigeria police does not want state police.
Okay.
That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, people don't understand the critical parts of the state policing. Because now many people believe that, like you said, governors want to use it for themselves. And I've been explaining this, even as it happens in the United States, that practices it all over the place. The police itself is not just formed and given to the governor. That, okay, Mr. Governor, we have state police now. This is your state police. This is your state commissioner. Or this is your IG of state police. And he goes around using it against all his political opponents. No. The state police is supposed to be independent of the chief executive of the state. That's why even some governors don't understand it. The state police is created to enforce state laws.
Yes, but
the local government police or local government sheriffs are created to enforce local government edicts. Federal police are supposed to enforce federal laws. And when I say laws, it is not political opponent. It's like when we say law, we don't expect, if you go down to Maryland now, you see a federal police controlling traffic. That is a misnomer. It doesn't happen.
It's supposed to be.
It's not supposed to happen like that.
So you think
people that will control traffic will be local government police.
Exactly.
Police of that place. The federal police have laws to enforce.
So people don't understand the concept of police properly.
They don't understand the concept properly. Exactly.
Abdullahi Yusuf in Borno State. Good morning, sir, and thank you for holding on. Go ahead now, please.
And thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Sure.
We are, as citizens of Borno, we are happy with the order that was given by the president. But I think the reality on ground is that the military is overstretched.
Yes.
You find out that sometimes there may be problem in some locations. When you report, the time that it normally takes the military, or most especially the Air Force, to respond, it used to take a very long time. And before then, you see that either the bad guys have gone, or at least they will not get there in time. So I think what should be done is that there is need for more recruitment into the military, especially here our civilian JTF. They have played a very, very critical role in securing our communities. So there is need to incorporate these guys into the military because they know the environment better, they know the people, and even now, most of the intelligence that the military and other securities get, they normally get it from these people because they live within the communities. So there is need to incorporate these guys into the military so that at least this problem can be solved once and for all. But truly, as personally as I observe, we don't have enough men on ground.
I want to thank you very much for bringing that up, Abdullah Yusuf. Dennis was saying in here, Yusuf is our last caller there because time is far spent. But he was saying some things, and you were saying that he was spot on there.
Yeah, he said the military is overstretched.
It apparently is overstretched.
It's overstretched.
You've always made the point that we don't have enough either of the military or police.
Yes. The whole military, when we say Army, Navy, Air Force, it's not up to 300,000, they say? It's not up to 2 million. It's not up to 200,000. You know? Police is about 300 and something thousand. In fact, all of them, when you put everybody together, immigration, everybody is not up to 2 million. And so that's why, like yesterday, I see what you said that they should recruit 50,000.
Yes.
You know, 50,000 or was it 50 million?
Well, that was a slip of tongue.
It was correct.
That was a slip of tongue. It was meant
50,000, okay?
And that would be a substantial boost.
Definitely, because when you look at it now, you know, not only the military, the armed forces recruit people into immigration, customs, you know, the border patrol people and all those people in the DSS.
Because all of these are also security aspects.
Of course, because this thing is not just a meeting. Because if the military, if the custom is handling the people who are trying to come in with weapons, and then immigration is arresting those who are coming in illegally, you know, then the army itself will be concentrating to fight only the insurgents.
So surely, Dennis, I want to thank you very much for coming on. But our people, especially the service chiefs and their formations that were spoken to, they now have to reorganize along the lines of this order. It's not and strategize because it's in the security sphere. Most Nigerians want to believe that with Mr. President's pronouncement, it's no more business as usual.
Yes.
And all the operatives know it. So people, you can understand, people are looking forward to hearing good news very, very soon.
Very, very soon.
I want to thank you very much, Dennis. Mr. Dennis Amakre, MON, former Deputy Director of SSS, and now a private security consultant. Well, that's our program. Please, keep washing your hands, keep socially distancing, and what else? The last one is don't be in crowds that you don't need to be in. Is about keeping yourself safe. And you might want to consider the vaccine. Your president has taken it, your governor has taken it, your ministers have taken it, Dennis has taken it.
You have taken it.
Yours truly has taken it. You might want to consider. It's not a bad idea. Okay, that's our program today. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing. I'm Yori Folani. Bye-bye for now.